first noticed some problems with Aiden when he was quite young, and we took him to the Children's Hospital where he was diagnosed with Asperger's. He was around 3 when he was diagnosed, and we were then introduced through the hospital and referred from the hospital to early intervention.
From about 8 months old, Tayton, we noticed him not listening. He was banging his head on the ground, and also he wasn't doing the normal sounds like an average child normally does.
For the beginning, we went to see our GP and tell him about the things happen with Veronica and what we concerned with. And he said maybe at this age of the children, they have multi-language at home. We speaking Cantonese, and she's watching TV in English, and all the teachers, the friends around, they all speaking English. She might just confusing and adopting the language. Maybe after a certain period, she might get better and start to talk.
當我第一次知道自己嘅仔女得咗自閉症嘅時候，心情都好低落。好難相信呢啲事情會發生喺我哋身上。我會成日都覺得會唔會自己陀 BB 嘅時候啊，係咪食錯嘢啊，或者係自己唔小心。
The process of being diagnosed was very, very overwhelming, and it was a very, very tough time for my family. So many questions went through my mind. Had we done something wrong? Could we have picked this up sooner?
做咗啲乜嘢會生咗 BB 會咁樣咯，同埋好多嘢諗唔通咯，唔知點解會咁樣，因為覺得我哋兩個都好健康。
We had a discussion, myself and Gus, because we had like little inklings of there's something not right. Like our boy is our perfect little boy, but there's something a bit different between him and his sister. So we decided to take him to the normal checkup, the 2.5-year-old checkup, to the nurse, and she went through the questionnaire of, okay, is William saying X amount of words? Is he indicating he wants to go to the toilet? Is he using a fork? Is he using a pen? And yep, sure enough, no to everything.
I was thinking, why is this happening to me? Why both vision and hearing? It didn't seem fair, and I suppose it became extremely overwhelming for me, and I didn't know what to feel at times, and other times I just cried my eyes out.
Because even though I knew there was something not right, or something a bit different, I should say, it's not until you get that full diagnosis, that letter, that the realisation does hit. I was hoping I was going to be wrong, but then it made sense why I was perhaps losing my mind. But that was good because it kind of gave me an answer that I could move on.
To be honest, it was quite overwhelming because we've only had one other child before our son, and we didn't have to check her in for anything. So having all these, the list of professionals for our son to see, it was quite daunting.
It's not easy. It's not easy living in the community and having people look at you, stare at you in different ways, and that basically my child's got something wrong with them, but we just pretty much held our head high. And, I love Tayton, and I wouldn't change one little thing about him.
It was all properly overwhelming those first 4 months from being diagnosed, but it's got easier. So yeah, we're just on 12 months, and it's I think now just watching Henry develop, and he's really happy, so that's the main thing.
It was a process of second guessing yourself. I thought that there was something wrong with Aiden a lot sooner, and I had been to the GP a couple of times, and I had 2 referral letters before I actually went the first time to the hospital, because I kept thinking, no, he'll be okay. He'll be okay. We'll keep going. He'll continue to develop. We'll be okay. But I'm glad that we went through the process in the end, and we got the help that we needed.
I've met a lot of people out there with children that have disabilities, and sometimes I think, how do they cope themselves? And it's remarkable to see on how well, others have done, and that anybody else out there as well. I'd sort of suggest that there is help, there is support, and you need to find out about it. You need to ask people.
I think the most important thing when you're going through the first initial stages is to keep reminding yourself that there's help out there. People want to help. It's just being able to find the help.
When you're ready to do it, seek the help that you need, but know that you're not by yourself. You're not alone. There are so many families out there that are... I cried. I won't lie. I cried. My daughter came up to me. She's like, "Oh, Mummy, why are you crying?" But it's not a bad thing that my child's been diagnosed. The fact that I know, and that we can take steps to help him.
Because once you're in contact with the right people, once you start your early intervention, and things that you can go to that will tell you the right information, or even the people that are diagnosing you, they can put you and point you in the right direction. Once you start working through the processes, it just becomes that much easier.